Hello, my name is Laura Foley, and this is the first meeting of the Hubbardston Memorial, the Keep Hubbardston Beautiful Committee. Sorry, I needed to allow people to come in. Amanda and Sarah, are you able to? Okay, you're going to rejoin the webinar. Forgive me, I started a little late because this is a webinar, not a Zoom meeting, so I needed to admit the other people who are serving on the committee into the meeting. I will say, Sarah, if you are not a panelist, you cannot be seen or heard in the meeting, so you will only be listening at the meeting. So if you're okay with that, then you can decline this invitation. Otherwise, if you want to speak and be seen, then please join as a panelist. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. Okay, so looks like Sarah is going to remain an attendee. So we are getting started officially at 7:03. Did you get the agenda?
I did.
Okay, good. So we'll just start out. I'm Laura Foley, for the record, and I started the Keep Hubbardston Beautiful Townwide Cleanup in 2018 and have been heading it for 2018, 2019, and 2021. And this is going to be my final year of heading it, which is why we're convening this committee so that the good work of the group and the town can continue on in perpetuity. So want to introduce yourself for the Zoom audience? And
sure, I'm Amanda Vino. I've been in Hubbardston now for almost 5 years, and this is the first committee I've joined. So happy to be here and happy to help.
Excellent, thank you very much. All right, we'll just run down the agenda little by little. We became an official committee on March 21st with a vote from the select board. And to date, 4 people have submitted applications to become part of the committee, and I've been sworn in on the 4th. Have you been sworn in yet, Amanda?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I may be able to go do that tomorrow, but if not, it'll have to be in another week or so.
Yeah, town offices are closed on Friday, but they are open later in Monday evening if you have to work and you can't get down there.
Okay, great.
Right. Actually, I can allow Sarah to talk. There we go. All right, so Sarah can talk, but now she's off camera. So Sarah, it's up to you whether or not you would like to speak on the committee. Sorry for the delay. I've never run a Zoom webinar before. Hi. I've run lots of Zoom meetings before, but not the webinar. Okay, let me see. So swearing in is very simple. You just go in during office hours. You don't have to make an appointment. And you are, she reads something like, do you solemnly swear to uphold the blah, blah, blah for the committee? And you say yes. And then you get a packet which is detailing the conflict of interest law webinar or training that you need to undergo, because the town takes ethics very seriously here. So they want to make sure there aren't any conflicts of interest that would interfere with your neutral administration of your duties. And they said, Laurie said that would probably take about an hour to go through start to finish. All right. We'll start with the biggest news, turns out to be finances. I sent around the finances showing that we carried over a balance of $169.04 from 2021. And we mailed a $100 check to Keep Massachusetts Beautiful. Actually, that's going out tomorrow. And leaving $69.04. But I've incurred $97.31. So when I submit those invoices, there'll still be a deficit that won't be paid of $28.27. Now, I forget what the date was, but it was within the past couple of weeks that I presented a case to ARPA, which was the COVID funds that came into the town. And I presented a proposal for, I think, $1,250, and then they knocked it back to $1,000, and they approved the submission for a one-time donation of $1,000, or rather a one-time allotment of those fees. And then at the select board meeting on Monday night, that was not approved by the select board. And there was some talk on both sides of the issue. One of the select board members said that we should be funding it because it's a good cause. And another one very strongly voted against it because they considered that this was a community event that should be fundraised for and not paid tax dollars for. So the upshot is that we do not have any money. And I had asked if a budget could be presented for the committee at town meeting, but based on the conversation that they had at the select board hearing, the select board meeting, that doesn't sound very likely. One of the select board raised the issue that people, this particular member kept talking about t-shirts. What do they need t-shirts for? What do they need giveaways for? Something that they didn't mention was signage. The signage costs money. We're going to have to redesign the signs completely because the Google site is going away. Google is now starting, or will start to charge for Google Drive, and therefore the free site will no longer be free. Plus, now that it's a town entity, it needs to move over to the town website. Mm-hmm. So what that means is that there will be a need for either, I think about $450 to purchase new yard signs, or less money to purchase stickers to put on the existing yard signs to update them. The existing yard signs have been in use for 2 years. This will be the 3rd year. And every year we have fewer signs and less, fewer stands, those H-shaped pieces of metal.
Right. Yeah, those only last so long too.
They do. And I have to say that I was very disappointed when I heard the news. And then when I saw the recording of the select board hearing and a select board meeting, and if you're interested, look at the 4/11 select board meeting and start at 2 hours, 6 minutes. That's when they start debating the pros and cons of funding the committee. I was really upset. I understand how people don't or might not want to spend their tax money on what might be seen as something that's frivolous or a giveaway, like a button or a sticker. I see it differently. I see it as a commitment from the town to an event that helps the town, it helps the environment, and it provides a community service. And personally, I don't like asking businesses for money. I really don't. I always like to deliver something in return, and I guess people enjoy giving money for goodwill. I just have never been good at asking for money. So where that leaves the committee is that in the future, someone who is hopefully better at fundraising than I am is going to have to take up that mantle and put out the word. The select board member who is dissenting said that they often just send out an email or post or Facebook post or something, and people come back and say, like, throw money, like, here you go, have some money. So if that works, amazing. But really deep down in my heart, I thought that this was something that was worth funding from the town. And with a town that has such limited wiggle room in its budget, they voted against it because they didn't want to set a precedent of funding community oriented activities like this.
Okay.
Any questions or comments on that?
Laura, hi Amanda, hi Laura. Sorry I'm off camera. I'm not in a good place I'm driving right now. I'm trying to get home. I should be home in about 5 minutes, but I just wanted to let you know I'm listening, and I should be able to join a little bit better in about 5 minutes. So thank you for all of the history that you're giving.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, so how that affects our event on Saturday, it doesn't. I've given Sarah all of the things that she needs to lead the event and to make sure that there is stuff to do. There are some magnets to give away. There's a sign-up sheet for people to put their email address on and put their name on so that they can stay in the loop. But there's no money for t-shirts, and so there won't be any. So we just have to hand out the few remaining vests that we have and tell people to be careful when they're on the side of the road.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. And since this is the first time you have joined a committee, Amanda, I'll describe how the event itself works. It is very simple. It is, Sarah will be arriving a little early, like at 7:45 or so, to set up a pop-up shelter and a banquet table. And the things that go on the banquet table are, we have some grabbers that we have been donated. We have some buckets for people to use, some trash bags, gloves, hand sanitizer. So it's pretty a simple amount of stuff that gets handed out. And we tell people that they should go out and pick up trash in their neighborhoods. Sometimes people will ask, where should I go? Or do you have a set schedule or a map? The answer is, we don't have a schedule or a map. Just find some place and start picking up, because unfortunately, there's plenty. This year, however, I do want to encourage early arrivals. If they ask, tell them to go to the rec field, because there's always a ton of stuff that people leave behind. Mm-hmm. And because baseball season's just starting up and the sports season's just starting up, it's a good time for people to come to a clean rec field instead of the trashed up one.
I was just there actually and saw quite a bit in the woods on the side there. So yeah, that would be good.
Pretty bogus. Let's see. So we have some signups for Saturday. Not a lot of people have signed up. So I'm going to put out another call tonight for volunteers to come. I do have a sign-up sheet that some people have signed, but they didn't indicate what time they're coming. You have signed up, so I know that. But let me check that and see if anyone has signed up lately.
Yeah, and I can stay if needed too, if there's, so I was planning on being there before 8 so I can help her set up and all that stuff. So.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like Laura DiGeronimo has signed up for 9 to noon, and you've signed up for 7:30 to 10:30. But I'll put the word out there again and see if people will sign up. It might be that people have plans to show up but didn't feel like signing up.
Yeah.
And let's see. So, and another thing was that I had sent out a couple of posts about promoting the event on your own social media, if you have it, so that it widens the scope of the advertising.
Yeah, I did do that the other day, and maybe I'll do that again tomorrow to see if that helps at all. I don't know if it will, but.
Well, marketing is weird. It's like alchemy, and Sarah is in marketing, so she'll back me up on this, but it is you put out all kinds of information and then it'll sail over people's heads sometimes, and then that one thing will hit the person. They'll check their mailbox on a particular day when they're in a great mood and see your mailing, or they'll be so angry that something bad happened that they'll miss this gigantic billboard that you put up for it.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, and it's a constant thing where you have to keep trying, keep posting, and keep showing up with the same message, so that eventually when the person is receptive to that, then they will say, oh, wait, hey, there's a recycling event going on. Cool.
Oh, good.
Sarah, let me see, admit Sarah again. I don't know if this is, I'm seeing that Sarah isn't, okay, she's rejoining the webinar as a panelist. Good. Hi, Sarah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. And while you were coming out of the car and getting into your home, we were talking about how the event works, about basically you're at the event to be a cheerleader and to hand out materials to people and to thank them for bringing trash into the big dumpster, and encouraging people to clean up the rec field if they don't know where to go. And apart from that, it really runs itself. It's the volunteers who are out there doing the cleanup that really make it work. And the people at the table are just there to smile and be nice. Something that will be very important, though, is finding out if people want to join the committee. Mostly because I will not be the chairperson of this committee after we have established how we're going to get funded, and after we have a committee that can function without me. The reason for that is I've just, in January, I just got a full-time job. And up until then, I'd been freelancing for the past, I've been freelancing for about 20 years. And when it came time to do the publicity for this event, I realized how much time I was actually devoting to it that I didn't really calculate, because as a freelancer, you're either you're getting a paycheck or you're not. But I was using it as my excuse to do a pro bono thing every year, and those hours add up, and I can't do it justice. And I don't know, Sarah, if you were listening at the beginning about the fundraising. Did you catch that?
I was cutting in and out a little bit, so I think I missed some important bits, but I got the gist of it.
Yeah, essentially, we have to make our own money, and I am not good at it. So I need to find someone who is much better at fundraising than I am, so that the committee can have a fund to continue to work. It's no fun scrambling every February or March to try to get it together. So it might be beneficial to have the fundraising start earlier in the year, or maybe even year round. I don't know. But that is certainly something that will have to be talked about after the big event is over. And then we have a whole year to figure out our next steps. I was mentioning to Amanda, Sarah, that the old website on Google is going to go away, which is why we need new signs, because they refer to the old website. And I will put together the new web pages on the town website, and then someone else who becomes the chair will take the control over the website and update it and keep it current. Any other questions or comments?
Actually, I do have oh, sorry, Amanda, you go ahead.
I just had a quick question of, I think you sent this out before, but what was the budget that you had planned on? Like, how much does it typically cost per year for this?
Well, I had estimated a little high, but I didn't think $1,500 was a deal breaker, and it did get knocked down to $1,000, and even that was too high. But let me share my screen with you, and I will walk through that with you. Who can share? Host panelist. Pardon me. It's like I've never done this before, right? Okay, here we are. So anticipated questions. You seeing that okay?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So the yard signs, $434 would be getting completely new ones, getting 100 new yard signs. They are 18 by 24, printed on corrugated plastic, 2 sides, 1 color. So they are the least expensive of the kind of yard signs that you can get. And I got the corrugated ones because I knew that we would be updating them with stickers every year. And you can't do that with paper. Even though paper is more environmentally friendly, you have to get new ones every year. So I guess I went with the devil I knew for that. The t-shirts, that was a bone of contention at the select board meeting on Monday night, because they viewed it as a frivolity that you really wouldn't use, because if you pick up a shirt from a table that day, you're not likely to put it on. I, on the other hand, like to be highly visible when I'm walking on the side of Route 68, and I don't see them as a frivolity. I think that they are something that is very safe and something that would help to promote good visibility. I get them at Monty Tech because it is super inexpensive that way. $350 or $400 might seem like a lot of money, but if you say that it's $3.50 a shirt, that's pretty cheap. The design is evergreen, meaning that it doesn't change year to year. You have Keep Hubbardston Beautiful, boom, that's it. It can be, this 434 is for, the 350 to 400 is for a 2-sided shirt. If you keep it just 1-sided, then it is a lot less. If you decide to promote the sponsors by putting their logos on the back, then it's the 350 to 400. The bumper stickers, I just put bumper stickers. It could be any kind of giveaway, and that is $80. Again, this is something I like to do. I like stickers, I like magnets, I like bumper stickers, and that's why I put that in the budget. Dues is a new one this year, and up until now, Keep Massachusetts Beautiful has asked nothing of its different chapters. And this year they instituted $100 a year dues, which will be paid tomorrow. And then the dumpster rental. I put this here because I know, having done business with Pleasant View and renting dumpsters from them, that it can cost $500 a load. In the select board meeting, a select board person said that they work in these donating the dumpsters into their budget. So it's a loss leader to get them out there, and so that people will know who they are. That's as may be, but it's a lot of money to have that, the dumpster, getting rid of the trash, and having someone on site for 4 hours. And I was anticipating that at some point they might not want to pay for that.
Yeah.
So everything up here in the white, I would say that of this, these are the 2 things that I would really want to see perpetuated. This is a non-negotiable, so that's always going to go out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. But the yard signs wouldn't be a yearly cost.
If you buy, yeah, I don't know if you've seen the ones around town now,
yeah,
but they have a sticker on that. 16 is a little sticker that got stuck on there. The website is going to change, so we could get stickers for the bottom of the signs and use those signs again. You could get stickers for the bottoms of the signs and use them in addition to the new signs, or just get new signs.
Right. Okay.
I think, let's see, and this is after the initial purchase of the signs. That was the big item. So $964 to $1,000, discounting the dumpster altogether. And then once you have the signs in place, then it's just this stuff here.
Okay.
I was hoping with funding also to be able to get one of those big banner signs that goes across Main Street by GFA Bank, as the field day has, because I think that would promote a lot more visibility and get a lot more people out in a way that Facebook posts and flyers and yard signs do not.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Of course. So After the event, I would like to schedule another meeting. It doesn't really have to be that close to after the event, but maybe sometime in May, so that we can get more people involved and really start to figure out what the next season's going to look like. When fundraising will start, who might be able to do that, who might be able to take charge of the chair of the committee and delegate responsibilities so that more people are doing it. But I think the biggest thing that we'll need to focus on after this event is actually doing some fundraising.
Okay.
Yeah, and as I mentioned at the beginning, I don't know if you caught this, Sarah, but if you look at the April 11th Select Board meeting on YouTube and you go to 2 hours, 6 minutes, then you will be able to find it. In fact, I have it up here. I'll put that in the link in the chat. There we go. So that you'll be able to watch it. I would recommend watching it in a, let's see, there's Q&A. Oh, there's chat. If you watch it at hyperspeed and put the closed captioning on, it goes a lot faster. They speak very slowly and deliberately in this meeting.
I did hear that part, so thanks for sharing the link.
Sure. And for those of you who may be tuning in later, you can find the link for yourself on the Hubbardston Town website. If you go to, let's see. This is some riveting television, isn't it? Go to the Hubbardston Town website, Boards and Committees, Select Board. And you can see all you need to see about the Select Board, and you can find the video of the meeting on the town website. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I take that back. Go to the town website, the initial page, and there's a meeting videos link. See, that's a lot easier, right? But yes, it is the first half of the meeting is devoted to a different subject. So zoom ahead to 2:06 for the juice. All right, well, that exhausts everything that is on the agenda. Any other business before we wrap things up?
Laura, I had a quick question about the online signups. Is there a like a list of attendees or anything like that that I could get from you, you know, tonight, tomorrow, Friday, whatever makes sense for you, just to have an idea of volunteers to expect?
The volunteers, there are two kinds of volunteers, those who work the event and those who do the work of cleaning up the trash. And right now I can tell you that Amanda has signed up for 7:30 to 9. Laura DeGeronimo and Amanda have signed up for 9 to 10:30, and Laura DeGeronimo has signed up for 10:30 to 12. I like to see at least 3 people at the table, just because it's nice to have more than one lonely person there. It shows that there's an official event going on. And it also allows for people to help others to throw stuff in the trash if someone needs a little extra help. And I was saying,
I had said earlier, I can stay the whole time if need be. That's fine. My son's going to be doing the Boy Scout thing anyway, so he'll be there the whole morning. So
yeah, you will. Okay. Anything else before we wrap this up?
I will just say that I'm planning on being there around 7:30 to, you know, do some setup so that we can be ready to rock and roll at 8. So sounds like I'll see you then, Amanda. So looking forward to that.
Yep, we'll be there. Great.
All right. Okay, so that being said, it looks like the only action item that I have is to send out an email to the people who have given me their email for Keep Hubbardston Beautiful. Remind them about that sign-up sheet, get them all hyped up, ask them to do a last-minute push on social media, and then wait for everything to happen on Saturday.